Hey, this is Ish, and today I wanted to talk to you about my experiences meditating for about 2 hours a day for over a week. So, before we get into it, I just wanted to start off with my background. I've been meditating for about an hour to an hour and a half a day, every day for almost a decade now. And then occasionally I'll go to meditation retreats in my local Zen center, and I'll be meditating for up to 12 hours. So, it's pretty intense, but for the most part, my daily practice has been, that hour to an hour and a half. And I recently had a little bit more time and I wanted to see how I'd feel by starting this practice of 2 hours a day. And I have my stats here from Insight Timer, so you can see that I've done about a little over 14 hours in total for the week. So I originally started off this practice doing 3 hours a day, and then I kind of backed it down to about two because I noticed I didn't really feel any difference between the 3 hour mark and 2 hour mark. But just going through my day-to-day experiences, I think days 1 to 3 were pretty intense because I was essentially doubling the amount of time that I've sitting for meditation. So I found that my joints and my ankles kind of ached a lot, and I got those pins and needles feeling. And then also my mind was really fried. So similar to if you're cramming for a test or learning a new skill, your mind kind of feels really exhausted, after it. So that's what I basically felt like for the first few days. But then after a while, my body got used to it and I adjusted pretty well. And then I think days 3 to days 5, I felt a lot better. I felt more still. And then I started to experience the benefits of the practice. So I felt more calm, more peaceful. And then I also found everything really funny as well. So I felt that when you meditate for a while, all these emotions come up and all the pressure is basically released, and I started to find everything really funny. And then towards the end of the week, I felt just a sense of openness, sense of bliss, and I felt very calm, and that kind of pervaded over. So it's definitely something I'm going to continue doing. And just some takeaways from this experience. I definitely say that if you want to start meditating, it could be for an hour or 2 hours or even more than that. You want to include some kind of walking meditation, and that's something I did as well, because you'll find that when you're just sitting for a while, for a few hours, your thoughts will start to run, and then your body feels like kind of restless. So you need that time where you can start to walk while you meditate. It's called kinhin in the Zen traditions. Basically, that just means walking meditation, but you can also incorporate practices like yoga as well. And when you're doing these walking types of meditation, you'll find that it actually translates over to your daily life. This is also why I meditate with my eyes open, because I want that same effect that I experience in my meditations to bleed over in my daily life. So I would recommend meditating with your eyes open and also doing the walking meditation with your eyes open, because when you're out and about feeling gas or doing groceries, your eyes are obviously open, I'd hope so. And the same effect that you'd experience during the walking and movement-based meditation will bleed over, like I mentioned. And then as far as finding the ideal time, I personally like the 2 hour mark. I felt that was my sweet spot. But you can also just play around and see what works for you. I would say if you are completely new to meditating and you start off with 30 minutes, that's totally fine. And you'll notice that the 30 minutes of meditation provides a nice rest and break period from your daily activities. And then going from 30 minutes to 1 hour, you'll notice an even greater benefit. So it's from that point, the break feels like more of a meditative experience, and it's a period in your day where you actually look forward to, and you'll notice the gap in spaciousness of awareness. And then going from 1 hour to 2 hours, you'll notice, like what I did during this week, you'll notice an even greater benefit. So this is where you'll start to notice the spaciousness and calm feelings that you accumulate through meditation will actually start to spill over in your daily life. And that's when meditation becomes part of who you are. And then personally, like I did from the beginning of this practice, I went from 2 hours to 3 hours in the beginning, and then I kind of stopped. For me personally, I just felt that I didn't notice a clear benefit from the 2 hours a day versus 3 hours a day. If anything, I just felt a little bit more chill in the point of inaction. So that kind of did me didn't help as much, is what I'm trying to say. But you can play around with that. And obviously this is very different from actually practicing in a Zendo or a meditation center. So if you're just practicing at home, you'll notice you won't feel the same kind of benefits as going to a Zen center, but just as a home practice, you can play around with what works for you. So I encourage you to try meditating for a little bit longer and trying to see what works for you, and you'll experience the benefits and blessings of meditation. Thank you.